Hello and welcome to On the Record. My name is Mary Malaney and this is my record collection. This week we're taking a look at Allegro. Allegro was the third collaboration between Rodgers and Hammerstein and was directed and choreographed by Agnes DeMille, the first time that ever happened for a woman on Broadway. The original cast included John Battles, Lisa Kirk, and William Ching, and, fun fact, Stephen Sondheim worked as a gopher on the production for $25 an hour. The show is a little strange. It follows a small-town doctor named Joe, starting with his actual birth and going through his mid-30s. He struggles between wanting to be a small-town doctor like his dad and feeling the call and allure of fame and fortune in the big city. The title Allegro refers to the frenetic energy of Chicago. Originally, they envisioned a small cast production with limited sets and props, kind of like Our Town. And Rodgers had long wanted to write a musical about an ordinary man with great artistic ideals and his struggle against the worldly pressures to create art. This is considered one of the first concept musicals, kind of the pioneer. So that's like an avant-garde musical that uses different theatrical techniques and kind of abandons linear narrative in favor of symbol, style, metaphor, and message. The show's a little strange. The lead character is only given one solo, and the rest of the important numbers are given to small, unimportant characters. For example, Beulah sings this next song and then disappears for the rest of the show. We have nothing to remember so far, so far, so far. We haven't walked by night and shared the light of a star. So far, your heart has never fluttered so near that my own heart alone could hear it. We haven't gone beyond the very beginning. We've just begun to know how lucky we are. So we have nothing to remember so far, but now I'm face to face with you, and now at last we've met, and now we can look forward to the things we'll never forget. We haven't gone beyond the very beginning. We've just begun to know how lucky we are. So we have nothing to remember so far, but now I'm face to face with you, and now at last we've met, and now we can look forward to the things we'll never forget. So the creators originally envisioned Allegro as a small, simple show that schools and communities could put on easily. However, it somehow morphed into a gigantic production with 41 principals and over 100 dancers. It took 40 stagehands to move 60 partial sets, and their small budget blew up to $300,000. DeMille apparently was having trouble directing the book, so Hammerstein had to step in to direct it himself. Also, Stephen Sondheim has been cited as saying it was his first experience with bad behavior in theater because apparently she was a horror to the singers and treated the dancers like gods. So anyway, the show opened for their preview in New Haven, and it was an absolute disaster. That first night, during the fourth number, a scenery piece started to fall on William Ching, and he had to hold it up while he was singing until the stagehands noticed and came to his rescue. Then, one of the dancers caught their tap in the set and tore a ligament. And then, perhaps the most remarkable of all, Lisa Kirk, as she was singing the next song, started to fall into the orchestra pit, and without skipping a beat and without stopping her singing, the orchestra threw her back on stage to finish the number. The boss gets on my nerves. I've got a good mind to quit. I've taken all I can. It's time to get up and get and move to another job or maybe another town. The gentleman builds me up. The gentleman gets me down. The gentleman is a dope, a man of many faults, a clumsy Joe who wouldn't know a rumba from a waltz. The gentleman is a dope and not my cup of tea. Why do I get in a dither? He doesn't belong to me. The gentleman isn't bright. He doesn't know the score. A cake will come, he'll take a crumb and never ask for more. The gentleman's eyes are blue, but little do they see. Why am I beating my brains out? He doesn't belong to me. He's somebody else's problem. She's welcome to the guy. She'll never understand him half as well as I. The gentleman is a dope. He isn't very smart. He's just a lug you'd like to hug and hold against your heart. The gentleman doesn't know how happy he would be. Look at me crying my eyes out as if he belonged to me. He'll never belong to me. Taxi! The gentleman is a dope. Taxi! The gentleman is a dope. Go! I'll walk. Allegro opened on Broadway on October 10th, 1947 at the Majestic Theater, where Phantom of the Opera has been forever. Despite mixed, not-so-great reviews at their out-of-town tryout in New Haven, the show gained $750,000 in advance sales just on the name of Rodgers and Hammerstein. This was at a time when the top price for a ticket was $6 or $71 by today's standards. Still, the show received very mixed reviews and ran for 315 performances, winning no Tony nominations. At the end of the day, the major fault of Allegro was that it was ahead of its time, and so Rodgers and Hammerstein never tried anything as experimental ever again. Still, it was a very respectable flop with some excellent lyrics such as, "You'll know you're back where there's work to do, where there's love for you. For the love you give, there is no better life for a man to live." Thanks for watching. See you next week.